can I just show you an example of someone that sent in an example email that they were like, how do I improve this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, Noah Kagan sent out a little a blast asking for samples, and one guy sent one in, and I'll show that to you right now.
And so these are real writing samples that people have sent in. You're actually picking one of them out, and you're going to scroll through it and show it to us. Show us what this person has already sent out?
Yes.
Okay.
So remember how you were talking earlier in the course about how when people are like, you sign up for something, they're like, welcome to yada yada, in this case, STEM. It's called STEM app. They're like, welcome to STEM app, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Like, I already know I signed up. Like, why do I need all this stuff? So he sent out this little short welcome email. Now, honestly, I don't think anyone is going to read this crap. And so I read through his stuff, and I'll briefly read some of it. Like, STEM is live. Thank you so much for showing interest and waiting on STEM. It's been a big undertaking, but it's finally ready for the world. You know, no one gives a shit. Like, that's not how you talk to people. I don't tell you, Andrew, well, thank you for showing your interest in STEM. Like, it's such a just dumb way of writing. It sounds normal like that. You think that's what you're supposed to do. It's not. And then he has a movie. I posted a video on the homepage that gives a really quick overview of STEM. If you're in a hurry, check back. Like, you know, like what's in it for them? Like, why would they spend 2 minutes and click on this crap, you know? And then a quick story. Now, the funny part is this quick story was pretty decent. I mean, I set up in a second, but he's like, I was about to shoot out an email to a prospective client, which are called seedlings and stems, by the way, no one cares, who I don't have a lot of history with. I was searching for an easy way to break that action. I remember that I just added weather support to STEM. So he tells this story about how he doesn't know this guy, but with STEM, it showed him all this information about the guy that he otherwise wouldn't have known. So he has a great icebreaker to talk to the guy, and he knows that a year ago he emailed him and stuff like that. This is the best part. So what I'm going to do is I actually already went through and did this, FYI, so I'm not doing this on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I did this before our interview, but I took his email and just put it in my little, the format I showed you, in the 50 format, and the 5. So he has STEM is live, and then I did a modified version of it, what I would do.
Is it wrong that as you're opening up your list of documents, I'm trying to read to see what other documents you're working on?
I knew people would be spying. I do that on all your interviews, man. I always try to see. So anyways, I copied and pasted everything in here. And all this stuff, a movie, blah, 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 that's good. It seems like the action he wants people to take in this email is to watch this movie. But if you look at the email, like it's in the middle, and I posted a video on the homepage, you know, like it's kind of like, what do you want me to do at the end of this email? Like if I look at it, what's going on here? I'll give you a tip. One of my friends who's really high up in Google, the way they test a lot of stuff is they set their laptop on a table, they take 10 steps back and look at the page, and if they can't tell what to do within 1 second, they have failed. That's why Google uses BFBs, big fucking buttons. I'm going to make it very obvious what people are supposed to do. So here's the text. I completely got rid of this part. I thought that part, no one cares that STEM is live.
Right.
That's just boilerplate. Take it out. Let's just get rid of this right now. A movie.
Oh, bless you.
Okay.
How many emails do I get from new web apps who have similar opening paragraphs? It just loses me instantly.
Yeah, I mean, you just signed up for it. Like, you don't need confirmation of that necessarily. People aren't that stupid. And then a movie. So this is the part he wants people to take action on. But they're not going to take action without, like, I'm not going to say, Andrew, view this video. You're going to be like, why? Why should I view this video? Instead, if I was just like, dude, I have a way that if you don't know someone on email, I can get them to respond to you every single time. Watch my video about it. That's a lot more convincing. So here's
See
what
how
I did.
you just got me right there? Now I suddenly care about the company? That one sentence
Yeah,
did
exactly.
more for
Now
me
you're
than
just
the whole
like, well, yeah,
email
show
they
me this video. Of course I'm going to click on it. And so what I did is here's a subject line. Before, his subject line was this. It was like, welcome to STEM. STEM is now live, 20% off launch coupon. Bam! Right away, you're telling them, I'm trying to sell you something. Open this email because I'm trying to sell you something and get you to spend money. And, you know, people don't like that. So here's what I did. I said the subject, here's how to close a sale with STEM. So people just signed up for this thing. So they're obviously interested in your service, right? So instead of saying, welcome to STEM, it's live, here's how to close a sale with STEM. We're going to educate our customer right now. You did it. But here's why you registered for STEM. And this is all the stuff I pre-wrote. Maybe you can relate to the situation. I was shooting an email to a prospective client. I barely know this guy. I'm not even sure if he's married or has kids. I need some way to get a ha out of him.
Let me pause it for a second right there. This is fun to read, and I know we're going to give people a copy of this so that they're going to read it, and I know they're going to enjoy it. But I know, too, that when we're sitting down and writing our own copy, when we think of, like, are you married, ha, as lines like that, including in our copy, we feel that's inappropriate. We feel like people are going to think they signed up for a business to do business with us, and here we are chatting with them. Help us get past that concern so that we can appreciate why this is a better approach than something that feels a little more buttoned down in business. Help us understand it so that when we're actually sitting down and writing, we go and type in ha.
Well, one, I don't think anyone is really that stodgy to where they'd be like, they use the word ha, I'm clicking out of this email.
Right. The user is not thinking that.
That is just kind of like one of those 1% cases where some nut job will get mad at you. It usually doesn't happen. Two, otherwise, people aren't going to read your damn email in the first place. Would you have read that other email? No, that was a straight to delete button. I mean, there's no content in that email that I saw right off the bat. I was just going to delete that thing, and I was only using it as a reference to know I'd signed up. Now with this, here's how to close a sale with STEM. I'm educating my customer in a fun way. Like, what's wrong with that? And I'm addressing him personally. I'm thinking in his head, like right now I got in the customer's mind. I was shooting emails to a prospective client. I barely know this guy. I'm not even sure if he's married or has kids. If I'm trying to get your attention, you get a lot of requests every day. You get a lot of emails. And if I'm like, does Andrew have kids? If he has kids, I could be like, oh, how's Timmy or something like that. It seems like I already know you, so you're going to respond. In fact, I even wrote that later in the thing. So he uses the picture with the guy's family. He does have kids. I banged out a great email that grabbed his brain because it was about him. He must have thought we'd met in the past because he was like, oh, hey, man, good meeting you before. Was it at a conference? So with STEM, it's like he got this guy's attention, and the guy was so like impressed that he knew all about his family that the guy just presumed he knew it and responded right away. So that's like something the prospective client of STEM could relate to. Like that story they've probably been through in their work lives before. Instead, if you use words like, prospective client too often and just keep calling him that instead of that guy, it seems it's boring. It's boring,
And I see the call to action very clearly marked. The word here is all uppercase. It looks like it's bold. It looks a little bit bigger, and it stands out from the rest of the text.
Yeah, so if I did my job correctly, I got this guy's attention. I got him interested in what STEM did. I'm getting him to desire it. So I said, STEM saved my ass in this situation simply because I kind of knew enough to write something interesting. Now, that someone can relate to. And so now they're just like, wow, that's kind of cool. This is just one example of how I cashed in directly with STEM. Watch this 2-minute, literally, video of what else you can profit from right away by using it. And then you have the big button, the BFB, big fucking button. And people absolutely know what to do. Now, remember the guy included a coupon code in that? I don't know if you saw that. Whenever you see this later, the transcript, you'll see he included a coupon code. But he put it in the subject line, which is immediately like, warning, I'm trying to sell you. Everyone's getting this coupon code. You're not special. Like, it just buzzes that. I did a little PS down here. PS, since you're such an early bird to STEM, I'm giving you 20% off the first year. And I don't just say year, I'm like year, like that's a big deal. Use coupon code Miracle Road on the sign up page. The code expires in 4 days or whenever 100 people redeem it, which is going to be pretty fast. So use it now. First come, first serve. So immediately, this also creates a sense of urgency that like, I'm going to view this video. If I like it, I should definitely use this coupon code really damn fast or else it's going to go away and I have to pay full price. So this email, I bet if Matt Reed, the founder of STEM app, uses this email, we haven't tested it, but I bet if he uses my email verbatim instead of his, it will have a much higher response rate, and he'll get a lot more people clicking on that video.
All right, and it's
Guarantee
more fun, and it feels more real, and it doesn't feel like I'm just getting some spam from a new company.
Yeah. And realistically, how many people are going to be like, oh, this wasn't professional enough, I'm not going to read, I'm not going to do this. You know, it's like one of those, like, you're worried about like this 1% of people.